I told you there is a triplet of slokas where they are giving us the ecstatic state of the person who is in the last stage of intense meditation, where he has become one with the supreme consciousness and where he is recalling all the qualities of the Supreme Brahman as advised by his Guru and as found in the various scriptures. He recollects them and then in ecstatic state he shouts, well, I am that, I am Nirguna, I am Nishkriya, I am actionless, I am absolutely untainted, and I am pure. Like that, he is exclaiming in ecstasy internally. And we are in the third of the triplet. Nitya Suddha Persist, Nitya Suddha Vimuktaikam, Akhandanandam Advayam, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Yati, Param Brahmasam Tati. I am that who is Nitya, who is eternal. I am imperishable. I am not subjected to those changes of birth and death. I am Nitya. I am eternal. And I am also Shuddha. Shuddha means absolutely pure, without any raga dvesha, no question of likes and dislikes, no question of friends and foes, no question of love and enmity, equal towards all, kind towards all, loving all, as the very Brahman. He looks upon everybody as a Brahman. So, Shuddha, he has got no relation with anything in the world, so he has to be pure. The impurity comes by your company with the various objects in the world. You are with a child, you get attached. You are with an enemy, you get your enmity with him. But if you are with nobody, then no connection with anybody in the world, no world or no worldly objects, you are alone. You know that I am all alone, and I have no relationship with anything in this world. The entire world is unreal. I am the only reality. How can the reality and unreality be ever related? The serpent and the rope can never be related. When the serpent is seen, the rope was never seen. When the rope was seen, the serpent was never seen. And the serpent is non-existent and the rope alone is existent. So how can there be a relation between light and darkness? How can there be a relation between I, the Brahman, and the world? So I am pure. Nitya Shuddha Vimukta. I am freed from the bondages of all the karmas of the past births. I am freed from all prarabdha. You know, why do we get birth at all? Because it is not only the sins which catch up with us, it is also the merits and the good deeds you do with a view to earn some good marks. They also catch you. You get rebirth not only because of the sins you committed, but also to earn the rewards which come as a reaction to the actions of charity you did, to the actions of pilgrimage you did, with a view to earn the approbation of the Lord. If you had done it simply, without any such desire to earn some punya, earn some merit, the question would have arisen. If you had simply got there, with a view to see that divinity which is manifest in certain places, you had no desires, you never asked any. And you had no desire that the Lord should take note of your coming over there. And your only idea was by going such places of divinity, where the divinity is very high due to the arrival travel has ever so many devotees. Take the place of Balaji, Tirupati. When lakhs of people go, there should be one or two very great devotees. And as a result, your mind gets purified. So don't go to there to earn punya or papa, to earn the merit or demerit, to merit, to earn sins or to earn merit. No. So, vimukta, nothing comes, nothing catches. I have never done any punya. I was not the doer at all. Number one, once you live the devotion. You go to Balaji, never think that I have gone. It is all taking place in the universal scheme of things. So this body was to go there, either a plane or a car or a bus takes you to reach over there. Then, Yeka, oh, I am alone. Oh, solitude, happiness is thy name. That's all. Very happy. I am alone. There is nobody else. The world doesn't exist. I alone am, as Atma, as Brahman, Yekam. Akhanda. What is Akhanda? Akhanda means that which is one whole, there are no parts. That which is one whole, there are no parts. And there are no differentiations too. There are three types of differentiations I told you the other day. The three types are Vijatiya, Sajatiya, Swagata Bheda. Vijatiya Bheda means, a cow is different from a tiger. They belong to different species altogether. The jati is different. The species is different. So there is one type of difference from species to species. The other type of difference is within the same species, there are 100 cows. You know them by name, you know them by color, you know the grey one is called Prema, the blue one is called Nalini, the other one is called Rukmini, the other one is called Sita, you call them by name, they come to you. You know every one of your cows. You can distinguish them, all are not prototypes. You can distinguish them from one to another. That's it. When a person becomes a Jivan Buddha, all of them will be same internally. External body is not a concern. But the Jains have carried it to that extent. The Jains have 24 Tirthankaras. They were the 24 Gurus. And they started with Rishabha. And Mahavir, Vardhamana, he was the last of them. You go everywhere and see the various statues of these 24. They are not in one place. You go to Parshvanath, you go to Dilwara temple, there you will find Adinath, there is Rishabhadeva. Then in Ahmedabad you have got Parshvanatha, the third one. Then in Karnataka you have got Kalnemi and certain other people. So you go and see all the statues are alike. The eye, the facial features, the nose, because they want to show all Jivan Muktas, the internal shape, the internal nature is one and the same. And that is why here he says, I am Akhanda and I am Advaitin. There is nobody else like me. I am second to none. There is nobody whom you call, well, he is also there like you. No. I am the only one of my kind. Atman can never be duplicated. There cannot be two Atman. There cannot be two Brahmans. So, Akhanda Anandam Advayam. The third one I didn't tell you about the differentiation. The third one is called Swagata Bheda. You alone are there, still there can be differences in you. My hand is different from the feet, my feet is different from the eye, my eye is different from the ear. So within me there are so many differences. But here is an Atman. It doesn't have any parts. The question of internal differences even doesn't arise. So all the three kinds of differences are absent, and that undifferentiated one whole, that is called Akhanda. Anandam, it is the ultimate happiness. I am happy, I am happy. See, The Lord has got three faces. They are called the three attributes. Sati, Chitti and Ananda. You think of Him as existence, you can think of Him as a supreme consciousness, you can think of Him as that absolute bliss. You can enter Him through any one of these three phases. Remain saying that I am. Remain that existence, I am. We can reach Him. Remain that consciousness, the consciousness that you are, that awareness, you can reach Him. If nothing, always remain happy. Somebody beats you, laugh and be happy. Somebody praises you, be happy. Somebody kicks you, be happy. So be happy at all circumstances, and that will ultimately come that you will never be moved by any change in the state of anything external. You will lose all external dependence. Ultimately you will come to the state of jnana. Even that is why in China they have got a temple for a laughing Buddha. The Buddha is always laughing with a big belly, he is laughing. And many people go and they like it too. Then, now he goes to whatever he said, that is Vimukta, Shuddha, they are all external attributes. Now he goes to the real nature. What is the real nature of that Lord? His real nature is one is Satya. One of his real nature is Ananda, it has already come. Now in the next line he says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Yati. That which is Satya, what is Satya? Trikalesu Abhaditam Vastu Satya Vichiti. That which is not cancelled or sublated in all the three units of time, the past, the present and the future. Today this mic is here, 200 years hence this mic won't be in existence. So this is today here, but tomorrow it won't be there, so this is not Satya. And this fan is here today. This fan was not here 200 years back. So that which is now, but that was not in the past, that cannot also be the Satya. That which is in all, whether the past, you go to it, past means any number of centuries, any number of millenniums, you go to before the Srishti, before the creation, even that which existed, that which exists today, and that will exist even after the dissolution of all the three worlds, which will continue, and that is the Brahma. And that which existence can only be one. When you say existence, he is the very existence. He is the essence of everybody's existence. He is the very existence. How many existences can there be? There is only one existence. Or you take about consciousness. There is only one consciousness which has come into all the bodies. It is just like one electricity going into all the bulbs. And I have already told you, Schrödinger, one of the best of the quantum scientists, he has declared, he says, the word consciousness has no plural. You can only say in singular, there are no consciousnesses. No, there is only one consciousness. It has no plural at all, it is singular always. So even the quantum physicists have come to that state of knowing that there is only one consciousness. When there is only one consciousness which exists everywhere, every smallest of things, atoms and particles, everything is alive. Only thing is, somewhere that life is not manifest. The rock, even that is full of chaitanya, is full of awareness, but that awareness is not evident to you. It is lying dormant. We call it unmanifested. It is avyakta. While my consciousness is evident. Satyam Jnanam. Jnanam is that awareness. Anantam is that infinity. Infinite. The Lord is infinite. Infinite means the one who is not limited things can limit him. He remains forever. Time can never limit him. Time can limit me. Another 100 years later, there is the Guru Shantananda of this body. Won't be there. So I am limited by time. I am limited by space. I am in Tirunnamalai. I am not in Madras. I am not in New York now. So space is limiting me to this place. But that Atman or the Brahman, it is here, it is in New York. It is in New York, it is also in Chicago. It is also in Melbourne. It is also in Vietnam. It is everywhere. Sarvagata. At all times, at all places. And no object can impede its presence. It is in all the objects. So how can the objects hide it or send it out? It cannot evacuate it. It is always there. It is in this void, it is in all the objects too. So, Ananta means that which is unlimited by time, space, causation and objects. Yatil Param Brahma. This type of one, we call him the Supreme Being. Param Brahma. Param means supreme, above all. And Ahameva Tatva. I am that. Ahameva. I am that only. Tadiyeva. I am that only. I am not a limited soul. I am not the Jivatma. I am not an individualized soul. I am no Shantananda. I am that infinite. I am that purity. I am that awareness. I am that awareness. I am all. We come to the next one. So, these are the triplets by which, one can constantly think of the Brahman, ceaselessly engaged in the thoughts of Brahman, which is called Brahmanusandhana. It is also called as dhyana. But some of the meditation, the term is used for dhyana. I am not very happy with it, but it doesn't matter. That's why I call it as dhyana. It has got a different connotation. See, in dhyana what happens is they have defined it. There is a Patanjali Yoga Sutra where dhyana, dharana, they are all defined. So dhyana is a thing where, number one, the idea is continuously flowing. Ceaselessly flowing in your mind is concentrated, almost you are united with those thoughts. It is not that you are thinking of that. You are one with that thought. You feel that I am purity. You don't think that I am purity. You are that purity at that time. So, you live it. You don't think it alone. And that is the stage of meditation. That is the last stage. We call it as the nididhyasana. Evam nirantarabhyasta brahmaivasmiti vasanam haratya vidya vikshepan roga nivarasayanam. The question now when this is told, again the opponent raises a question, the Purushottamanada, the opponent. Rather there is no opponent. The one who writes, he raises certain possible objections which somebody in the future may rise, he may raise, and he is answering. So he raises one question. The question is, well, I know I am Brahman. Well, at present I have left the body sense. I am one with that and all that. But how to do it continuously, how to do it ceaselessly, because for eras and eras, for births and births, we have been living with the world, we have been drowned in the world, we have been engaged only with the world, we have been involved with the world, all the 24 hours in sleep, in dreams, in the waking state. How many businessmen are there, businessmen are there, who wake up at night 12 o'clock, and then they get bright ideas, they take the diary, or they call their PA, wake him up from sleep, and give him dictation over the phone. Hey, you take it, some ideas are coming for the expansion of our business. This is not the spirit of time. So, when you have been spending all your time thinking of the world, thinking of your wife, thinking of your children, thinking of your position, thinking of making money, thinking of entertainments, thinking of five-star hotels, thinking of the comforts there, for God knows for how many births and births, lakhs and crores of births we have spent. And in perhaps in the last 10 births we have started, and that is why we have had the good fortune of coming to a place like Ramanasramam. And then we do something and then we complain, well, I have been doing this for 20 years, I find no progress. 20 years is nothing. The Lokavasana is so strong. The vasanas of the world, the fragments of the world with which you have been moving is so strong, which has been reviving, it is embedded in your chitta. And every time you repeat it, every day you repeat it, becomes strong, strong, strong. It is the strongness of the tendencies, of the latent tendencies, which provoke to the action in every part. You very easily do any worldly things, and you will raise 100 objections if you are asked to do something spiritual. You only tell a man, I used to tell him, can't you do 4,000 times of japa per day? 4,000 is a God. But he can spend the 2 hours going with his friends to a hotel and talking on nothing. And in those 2 hours you can do 2,000. 1,000, especially the small japas which contain 6 aksharas, 3 aksharas, Namah Shivaya contains 5 syllables. How much time will it take? 35 minutes to 14 minutes is the very maximum with which you can do 1,000 times. How can you expect unless you do such things for hours and hours, hours and hours? Go on chanting Om while coming, while going, while sitting. It will become a practice. And the sound itself is something which will take you up. But who does it? So, he asked the question, sir, how can he escape from the Lokavasana? Suddenly it will come. The gust of wind will be so strong. It will be like a storm. It will overtake me. I'll forget all my Brahman. I'll forget all the things which I said. That I am Suddha, I am Mukta, I am this, I am that. Everything will be forgotten. And my mind will be going nicely to something eatable or to my grandson or something like that. So the Lokavasana is so great. The worldly tendencies is so intense. So how can I avoid it? It will take away my mind. Yes. When something is very strong, there are obsessions which are called phobia in medical terms. There are people who can't think of seeing any dogs. If in any house there is a dog, they will run away, they get so scared, they get fever even. I have seen such people. They can't even see the sight of a dog. So it's a phobia, they call it, an obsession. How to remove it? The Patanjali Yoga Sutra says, whatever you want to remove, say, I am a coward. The smallest thing, the sound of a twig, immediately, I am afraid something has fallen and something is going to fall on my head. So a man is afraid of everything. The moment I sleep under a fan, there are so many people. Throughout the night they are afraid the fan is going to fall on their head. I have seen such people. So, how to do it? Have that Pratipaksha Bhavana. This is a term which has been coined by Patanjali. And this is very much used by the today's psychiatrists in all the countries of the world, in all the advanced countries. That is, think of the exactly opposite of it. Go on reiterating it every day, morning to evening. Live with it, imagine it, visualize it. That state, which is exactly the opposite of this state, then slowly this obsession will go. So similarly, when the Lokavasana says, go after these temporary things, go after these small pleasures, How nice to think of your wife, how nice to think of your mansion, how nice to think of your position, how nice to think of some old ancient objects which are brought from China, the Mingweis, and all that. But then you have to change them. You have to, you put Brahma Bhavana. Brahman is the opposite of the world. The world is ignorance, Brahman is light. So ignorance is darkness. Darkness and light are opposite to each other. So if you want to take away the darkness, think of light. The darkness will go. If you feel that you have to remove those worldly tendencies to be coming from time to time and distracting you, the only way is you bombard it with Brahma Bhavana, bombard it with thoughts of the Brahman, thoughts of the Atman, all his qualities. Go on repeating. Muktoham, Nityoham, Siddhoham. Go on telling, I am that. Then, in due course, and lakhs and crores of years of these Lokavasana, these tendencies in the world, they can be removed even by 20 years of intense Brahma sadhana you do, it can be removed. When you think of the pure Brahman, it can remove tons of impurities. It can remove tons of impurities. So, all the dirt which are accumulated for birth and birth can be removed even by 3 years of intense sadhana. Nisargadatta Maharaj says that it took him 3 years to get enlightenment. And for Bhagavan, it took barely a day. The day he thought of the death experience, he went through that, and that also started. He was afraid of death like perhaps. And then he said, let me go through it and see what is life. It is again the Pratiputcha Bhavana which gave him the enlightenment, which gave him that enlightenment on that very day. It didn't take a minute because it was, what will I call, a dry stick which didn't require the match to come very near. Even a little proximity was enough to light it and kindle it. It was so ready. It has been ready for several months perhaps, and as it was just there. It was only a Leela that for about 14 years it looked as if you are studying in a school and as if you had no connection to spirituality. That is all a Leela, that is all a drama. He was all ready. Just a very small distinct to kindle it and start his Leela as a Jivanmukta. That's all. So, Yevam Nirantarabhyasta Brahmaivasiti Vasana. If you continue it for a long time, continuously, Nirantara. Antara means interval. Nirantara means without any interval, incessantly, ceaselessly, constantly, minute by minute, second by second. Go on thinking that I am that Brahman, I am that Atman, I am pure, I am already liberated. What is the question of liberation for me? I am liberated. Nothing can bind me. I am beyond time. I am beyond space. Go on thinking of it. Evam Nirantara Abhyasta. Abhyasta practice. Practice means that which is repeatedly being done, that we call it the practice. It is not a question of a day, it is not a question of half an hour, it is not a question of 1 hour, it is not a question of 3 hours. When you are walking on the road, when you are talking with people, when you are eating, at all times be aware, I am that, I am the Atman, I am the Atman, I am the Atman. Internally, continuously think of it. You may even joke with a man, but internally at all times you say that I am the Brahman, I am the Atman. That's all. So, Nirantara for a long time, continuously, by having that repeated practice of what? Brahmaivasmiti vasana. Bring the new tendency. Vasana is tendency. What is a tendency? The moment you do an act, that act leaves a taste in you. See a child which was just 1 year old, you thought it's time that we give solid food. So you prepare some light food with some potato smash and you give it. The first time it took, it has left an impression. So then the next day by 9 o'clock, you give him milk, he won't take. No. You give him that potato mash, he'll take it. The vasana is already formed. And the more he does it, even at the age of 30, he will ask, why don't you prepare potato mash? That vasana, the childhood is not gone. It is still there. So, Brahmaivasmiti vasana. So that gives a tendency to repeat it. When once you have done anything, that leaves an impression which provokes you to similar action in future. And that is called the vasana or tendency. The more times you repeat it, it becomes so strong, so aggressive, so compulsive, it becomes an automatic reaction. Whenever there is a scope or an opportunity, your hand will automatically do it. See, first time somebody left his purse over there and I was asked to go, I said, oh, it is of some foreign, it contains dollars, it's useful for me when I go to America. So I appropriated and keep it. Then, later on after a year, another foreigner sitting by my side and his pocketbook is ticking. Without even thinking, your hand will take it because already it has become an automatic habit for you. You never even thought that now I am a well-known sannyasi, what will other people think if I am caught? Nothing is there. That is, without even bothering about the pros and cons, the act which is done compulsively, that is what is called the vasana. Vasana is the tendency of the past deed, which if repeatedly done, comes into such a compulsive habit that your reaction is absolutely automatic without thinking of even the consequences and the pros and cons of what you are going to do. You become an automatic. Evam nirantara jasta brahmaivasmiti bhavasana. So you bombard yourself intentionally with that tendency, with the vasana. What is the vasana tendency? Go on saying, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am that, I am that. And that will create a tendency. And a strong tendency. It will become aggressive enough if you carry it for some time, nirantara, ceaselessly and constantly. Then what will happen? Avidya vikshepani harati. Then all the loka vasanas, all the tendencies of the world which have accumulated from birth to birth, or even in this birth sufficiently we have accumulated from our birth till today. So they are the ones which are causing distractions. The moment you begin to think of the Brahman, your wife comes into the picture, your possessions come into the picture, you think of the house which you are half built, and the carpenter has failed to come, the mason is absconding himself and has already taken advance of 300 rupees, and all these things will be coming. The Brahman is gone. So these are the distractions. These distractions are with avidya. Avidya means the ignorance. And ignorance means Maya as well as the Maya's products. The world is the product of Maya. So it's the Maya's product. The world, the relationship with the worldly people, the relationship with wife, children, possessions, these are all the handiwork of the beautiful Maya. That is the special, unique power of the Lord by which He takes pleasure in putting us with it and make us go round and round in a labyrinth, searching for a way out. And He is taking pleasure in that. But he is not doing it to you and me. It is he who is enacting all. So he does it to himself. How can you question? You can't. When the same person is acting all the roles, and in one of the roles he suffers, in another role he is the one who makes him suffer, then whom are you going to play? It is the same actor who has taken both the roles. So it is only a shadow play. Haratya vidya vikshepa. Bombarding that Brahma vasana by going on repeating and the Brahman, Harati, it removes without trace. It completely takes it away. Avidya vikshepa. Vikshepa means the distraction. The mind goes here, the mind goes there, the mind goes there. That's called the distraction. And this distraction is caused by the Maya or the Avidya. Avidya vikshepa harati. So all your lokavasana it can go. Don't bother about the lokavasana. Don't bother about your conditions. Don't bother about all your temptations. Go ahead constantly holding the feet of the Lord. Go on thinking of Him that I am that. Then everything will go away in no time. But you will have to do it. First initially for longer time, then finally it has to be incessantly. Yes, you may do any work of yours. You may prepare coffee. You may stitch a cloth. Always think of that. See, when you constantly do it, even when you are doing your own work, it will be automatically going in your heart. And the second step has been described in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. When once for some time you continuously do it, night and day you are doing it, within about 2 years you will find that you need not every day say that I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am that. Automatically you can hear it from the heart and you can be doing your work, beautifully hearing something saying you are, I am that, I am that. That's all. So nice. Roga Nivaratayanam. Here he gives an analogy. Just as you are properly made and properly prescribed by a good doctor, a medicine, an elixir. See, normally what happened was in the previous days, there were experts who never had several antibiotics. They have only one medicine which will cure all, and that's usually known as elixir. It could cure all. Many were wondering about that. One panacea for all ill. That used to be the aim of many of the people, the earlier days, even many of the Sikhs. And many they used to claim. Even today there are people who claim on something that you will see that it will cure your stomach, it will cure your ulcer, it will cure your intestine, it will cure your headache. So it will be written some hundreds of things like. So the Rasayana was a preparation of the Ayurveda, a herbal medicine like, but it is not purely herbal. Because the Rasayana, the word Rasa always denotes the mercury. Mercury is called Rasa, Father Rasa, in Tamil we call it. So Rasa always denotes mercury. In the olden days, all the Siddhas were experimenting with some mercury preparations because they thought the mercury is ever looking silver and nice and young. So if you take something made of that by burning the entire thing off and making a bhasma, making it to ashes and all that, it could ultimately end in elongating your life as much as you want. That is how they were testing. So many of the medicines to cure diseases were all made of rasa. And that is why it is called Rasayana. Rogani Rasayana. By taking the elixir, the ailment just to get away. They just to fly away. Rogani. Roga means the ailment, the diseases. The moment one begins to take the Rasayana, all the diseases will go away. In the same way. Now we come to the next. Vivitta desa adino virago vijitendriyaham bhavaye dekamatmanam kamanam damananyadhi. He has almost to finish that technique. Now he is giving some supplementary disciplines which will help you in reaching this stage. You may do it anywhere, but initially when you start, a few disciplines are required. When you start your japa, when you start your meditation for the first time, they will tell you, you face the east, you face the west, you should sit on the same place, you should put some sitting, some sort of things to sit on the ground. You should not sit on the earth, because the earth is a conductor of your that power, and you will not be able to accumulate that power which you are wanting to get. So as such, you have to keep an insulator in between, and then only you should sit. So all these things are taught. Similarly, there are certain disciplines to be followed which will ease out the process of this technique. I mean, your siddhi, your success in this technique. He says, number one, don't do the initial stage practice where 1,000 people are coming and all there and all that. You are for the first time starting. Somebody told you to do meditation, and tomorrow being the first, there are 1,000 people there. You sit there and say, I am that, I am that, I am that. You won't be able to do it. So seek out some place of solitude. Vivikta deshe. Vivikta means a solitary. Desha means place. Vivikta deshe asinaha. That is, sandhi becomes Vivikta desha asinaha. And down below where they have put it separately, the second one, the split, you make it as Vivikta deshe. Vivikta deshe. It is a separate word. So, Vivikta deshe asinaha. Be seated in some solitary place, as far as possible, where you are not likely to be distracted by unnecessary sounds and noises like. Yes, when a young sapling is there, a small plant, which is young, it requires a fence, lest some of the animals may not come and eat it. When once it becomes a big tree, it doesn't matter, even if an elephant comes and rubs against it, it can withstand it. The next one is Viraga. Look here, it is already you are saying that I am the Brahman, I am the Brahman. To enable you to tell it continuously, to enable you to identify yourself with it and to live, it is not simply saying I am Brahman. You be the Brahman. Don't talk about it, be the Brahman. When you say I am a man, you don't think that you are a man, you are a man. So remain in that bhava, remain in that very thought. So, viraga, have no attachment to things, because if the attachment is causes disorder, because of your attachment, you will be prepared to go to any extent to help the person to whom you are attached, or to keep that thing intact. So never become attached. Viraga. Viraga means detach yourself. Because you are going to attach yourself later. Just as they are doing the railway bogie, in some stations they will detach a wagon, but they will attach it to another train. So here you detach it from the world and attach it to that Supreme Being. Viraga, Vijitendriya. Yes. You should be able to conquer, have control over all your senses. You should not be dancing according to the tune of your senses. On the contrary, your senses should dance to your tune. If you tell your eyes, look here, that is not the sight to be seen, don't go there. There is some dance, some local chaps are doing some dance. It is not worth doing, it is not intended to be good. It is a lokavasana, don't go there. It won't go. So that type of jitendriyatva you should have. There's a beautiful shloka in Ramayana, in the Valmiki Ramayana it comes. When Ravana dies, his wife comes and weeps. She says, "Oh Ravana, you did so much penance, so much austerities in those days. After having conquered all your senses, days together you said, I won't eat. Days together you said, I won't drink. Days together you were able to stand on one, just on one of this toe alone. But then what happened? When once you thought you succeeded, you left the practice off. With the result, they were waiting for a chance to take revenge, and they took revenge, and then the result, you are now lying dead. The beautiful story. Those Indriyas of which you conquered, you didn't bother to continue the process. That's very fun. He left it. He began to indulge. As a result, they said, this rascal, he put me under chain. Now I'll show you what I can do. And they took him to such a fashion that his entire country was gone, all his countrymen were gone, all his sons were gone. Completely, without any trace, his entire lineage was wiped off the face of the earth. That's what happened. So, Vijitendriyaha means, why Jitendriyaha means the one who has conquered the Indriya. Visheshena Jitendriyaha Vichitendriyaha. That means the one who has conquered it forever, who is continuing it, who is having an eye on it, and who is continuing to exercise the control as long as he is. He is called the Vijitendriyaha, Visheshena Jitendriyaha. Specially, what is special about it? That he continues to do it. It is not a one-time achievement. He sees to it that achievement stands. Bhavaged ekam atmanam. Consider then that only the Brahma. At no time allow your mind to flick like a butterfly from the Atma to something else. Always see it, repeat it to be the refrain, to be the burden of the song always. That I am that, I am supreme, I am Nitya, I am Advaya, I am second to none, and I am Akhanda, I am whole, I am holistic, I am all, I am always there, I am eternal. Go on telling like that. Ananya Dhihi, let no other thought enter. Let no other thought enter. Ananya Dhihi. The Ananya Dhihi means without the mind being distracted by others. Anya means other. Ananya means no other. The mind going towards no other object. Ananya Dhihi. What sort of Atma it is? The Ananta, why do you think of these finite objects? They are going to disappear one day, or you are going to leave them one day earlier. Either you will leave them or they are going to leave you. And why bother about them? Think of the infinite. The result is going to be infinite. So, tam anantam bhavati. You should contemplate on that one Atman who is the infinite. So this we stop, and I wish you all a very happy New Year and new century. So I would like to just add a small prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinam, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma akashchit dukhabhat bhavet. Because some of the soothsayers of the international meet, yesterday it seems, there is a news in the radio, some of the best of the soothsayers have predicted that there are going to be a lot of calamities from 1st of January, and these 3 days are going to be darkness. Mr. Natarajan, he was telling me that yesterday's news was that thing, and this was the all choice intelligentsia of the soothsayers who is there. I said, the Lord is not aware of your January, December and all that. For him the time was undivided. It is you who has made the 31st January, it is you who started in September, it is you who started in January, and I don't think we sent a copy of our CO to you. So it has no significance at all, but anyway we are doing these prayers. May all happiness and prosperity be ours.